Hello, this is Nick Nino, and this is Dunkplane Podcast. I'm here with,
Jordan Thornton.
and today we have a couple of subjects I'd like to talk about. Some of them in the news, and some of them just here at home. Now, recently, the school shootings at, you can remember the name, Jordan?
Connecticut.
Connecticut? Wow, I already forgot the name. How horrible is that? Like, you spend all this time worrying about them, and then you're just like, oh, who are those
It's
kids
like,
again?
hmm,
Where are they from? I forget. But anyways, yeah, the school shooting, pe- it's natural for people to be afraid for their safety, but there's this town. This town, it's collecting and burning video games that are considered horribly violent, and they're offering gift cards to some store nearby. It it's like a grocery store or something. It doesn't seem make sense to me, Jordan. I
it's,
mean,
it's mind-boggling. Like, why?
the games they're collecting are what was it?
They got Mortal Kombat,
Bulletstorm and some other ones. I assume like Call of Duty and stuff like that too.
Hmm.
But it's just that they claim that they don't believe video games create murderers, but they just made a big deal about it. So it's a little silly to me. Can you imagine this? Just who does this kind of stuff?
I can imagine somebody in a meeting being like, "We need to stop gun violence." So
Well,
bonfire.
bonfire. So basically, it's a bunch of guys, right? And they're all in their mid 40s.
Hmm.
They have kids at home, and they play like little games. Like maybe one of their kids has Fallout at home.
Yeah.
And he watches kids play Fallout. And he's like, "This is why people are killing each other." Yep. Yep. This is it. So should we modify how they distribute guns? No, no, no. We should just take video games out of the equation. How is that going to help us with the gun buying thing? Oh, fuck it all.
How's it not gonna help?
Yeah, yeah. It'll make everybody not want guns because they can't kill people unless they have video games. Makes sense.
Obviously, Call of Duty teaches you accurately how to load weapons, how to assemble guns.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
No.
Didn't you have a kid at your what you call it? Their Boy
I
Scouts
was
thing?
I was at a scout camp last year, and we were shooting 22s and 12 gauges,
all the
and-
kids' fun toys, right?
and you have to be really mature because these are guns. You can kill people with them, obviously, so you can't just mess around with them. So everybody else, we listen to the instructor. It's all good. And then there's this one kid who's just beyond excited to be handling guns. He's like, I've played so much Call of Duty.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
He's talking about guns. He's like, yeah, I love the AK-47. It fires the fastest. Oh my, the M4. That one's kind of cool too. Yeah, I even know how to reload the guns and everything. And
I seen it done in front of my eyes when my avatar in Call of Duty does it.
a few days afterward, the drill instructor banned him from the firing range.
Is it just because he was annoying, or was he doing stupid things?
Both.
I can imagine that. Yeah, we're sending your kid home. Why? What did he do? He's just really annoying.
And we were pretty sure he was gonna shoot us all, or we were gonna shoot ourselves.
That's so bad. How exactly does a kid like that get into that?
I don't even. Their parents are like, "Hey, look, scout camp. We could send it to them. They could learn stuff. Yeah, rifle range. Now it'll be fine."
It's like you would have to know your kid's not all there.
His mom was actually there. The last 3 days, his mom had to accompany him and tell him to stop talking at times.
Oh my god.
At that point, it's just like, no, no.
Alright, so there's this guy, right before MLG, I was gonna hire him, right? For the work at Dunkplane, and he claimed he knew a lot about video games. Like, he said he had, like, owned, like, pretty much every video game ever made, because he worked at GameStop. Now, he worked at GameStop, he got crazy discounts and sometimes even free games. And he was, like, talking about it, and I was like, wow, this guy really knows his stuff, right? So, like, I invite him over, we hang out, he's really freaking annoying. He's
No.
just so annoying, like, he just isn't likable, and, his mom, or not his mom, he was at his grandpa's house, and his grandpa's like 47, or not 47, 57, I meant to say. Ugh, excuse me. Anyways, so this guy's just talking to him, and so he's in the car with us, and we're talking to him. Anyways, God, today he starts talking about how his like grandpa he has got this awesome car and like he has this big old house and he's gonna give it all to him when he dies. And he just goes on and on about this. He actually pulls up a video on his phone and like if it's just of the car starting like vroom vroom and just watches it over and over again. We're going to the drive-in theater and I'm like, shut up. Like my mom actually joined in and started making fun of him. That's how annoying he was. And my friend was driving and just looks back at us and he's like, I'm about to pull this car over and kick your ass. He really didn't like him. So we tolerated him for the night. He was okay. We take him home and we take him home and we're hanging out with him and his mom. And we're like, oh hey man, so how about those those GameStop discounts? You think you'd get me one? His mom looks at him and is like, why would he get discounts at GameStop? Because he works there? She looks me dead in the eyes, and then she looks at him, and she like looks back at me. I look at my friend Tristan, and we're like, "You're a fucking liar, aren't you?" And his mom's like, "That's what he's been telling you." And it was freaking horrible.
Oh gosh.
It's like I love seeing parents actually hate on their children. It's something so rewarding. Is that just me being horrible, or
maybe a little bit?
Maybe a little bit.
It's more about people getting busted.
All right.
Help.
Well, how about that?
We're back. We were actually attacked by some angry dogs. They budged into our door. We had to fight them back. I'm so sorry, viewers.
Yeah, we actually killed one. It was horrible. I'm actually gonna put his head on my wall as a trophy, remembering the day.
No. We need to cook it.
We need to cook it.
Yeah.
We eat it. I learned this in Fallout. You can cook it with level 75 survival skill and get some dog steak. Dog steak replenishes your HP.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Totally went to video games.
Totally went for video games. Speaking of video games, did we already mention the rumors of Fallout 4?
I haven't heard about this. What is this?
Fallout 4 rumors have been circulating horribly lately. Like, it's almost as bad as all the freaking Mass Effect rumors. You remember those?
Yeah.
Mass Effect 4 coming out soon.
Mass Effect 4, yeah.
Mass Effect DLC that, is going to have this thing in it.
Mass Effect's over.
Give it a break. No, the Mass Effect universe is going to go on, but who knows what time period it's going to be.
It's like, hey, we have 6 Star Wars movies. Let's make another one. Oh.
Wait a second. There's no room for it. We're going to have a prequel again?
Another prequel?
Star Wars -1.
We can't make it that bad.
Star Wars -1. Now not including George Lucas. You're welcome.
I think you gotta try to make it worse than the prequels.
Exactly.
We watched Troll 2 the other day, and I think
I'm
it
at
might
a
have
loss
been
for
better.
words. Troll 2 is amazing. Speaking of Troll 2, I think Dunkplane should have a a fundraiser.
Yes.
We're gonna rent out a theater, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna have cookies and all that there, and we're just gonna play Troll 2, Drunk 2,
Drunk 2, yeah.
Drunk 2, the movie. No, we're gonna play Troll 2. We're all gonna laugh, and then people are gonna pay money to leave. We're gonna trap them in there with lighters and gasoline, and saying you have to
Sounds
pay
like a
money
plan.
to leave.
Don't tell anybody.
It's a secret, viewers. Excuse me. God. Ugh, I need to practice my voice talking. Anyways, so you know what game? Speaking of games with the people think are too violent, Red Dead Redemption.
Really? Is it like the animal skinning?
It might honestly be, because that's pretty horrible.
I remember the first time I heard of Red Dead Redemption, the first thing I saw was, 1, the animal getting skinned, that looked cool, and then 2, the achievement where you hogtie somebody and throw them on a train track.
Speaking of which, PlayStation does not have that achievement. It made me so
Really?
mad. I did it 3 times. I had my horse
It's
on
hard.
his back. I had my horse on his back and left my horse and him on the railroad, and they were both hit by the train, explode in the bloodiest gore, and I didn't get any kind of achievement. Also, I found a glitch, just to kind of throw this in there, but it was so funny. I wish I had my AV recorder on at this point. I was getting off my horse just at the point where the person was on there.
Mm-hmm.
When the train hit, so I was thinking I was gonna make a last minute run for it. Well, obviously that wasn't gonna work, so I was just getting off my horse and trying to make a run for it, and the train hit at this point in time where he's doing the animation where he gets off. I actually went inside the train. Like, didn't die. It showed me rolling, and then I ended up in the back of the train. I was like, it works for me.
This is how the badass get on it.
Yeah. You see that guy? He actually went under the floorboards and busted through. Does he have a brain concussion? Is he okay?
Are
No,
they
he's
filming
fine.
a movie?
19, or was that 1890s, or was it the 1910?
No clue.
It's like that 30-year period. I know that for sure. But
It
yeah,
has Gatling guns.
Red Dead Redemption. I love in that game. It's the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. When your horse dies, like
Oh no.
your horse dies, and like, well, I need some money. Come here, Joe. Knife, knife, knife. Oh, this gonna fetch me a pretty. Blah, blah, blah. Can you help me out here? Pretty. It's not just that though. He says awful things when he's getting the animal.
I like how he's saying all the awful things, and then he's like, I'm trying to be a family man.
He's so bad. I hate that guy. He's like one of my least favorite characters in a video game.
Oh really?
It's just that he's so hypocritical. Yeah. I'm gonna like learn how to use my guns with this cowboy guy, and I'm gonna be a good guy. And anyways, and then just an animal dies, or like there's a dead body there. He goes and steals it. And he always says like hateful shit while he's doing it.
Speaking of hypocritical characters, that's like when you're in Mass Effect and somebody's like, "Please, I'm running out of money. I need your help, please. I have to feed my children." And you can be like, "All right, I'll be Paragon, yes." And they're like, "Really?" And you're like, "No."
You know what's horrible? It's like there's one point in Mass Effect, and I kind of forgot where I was going here, but you have the option. It's like right after this mission where you're trying to get just a car. Now I remember where I was going with this. There's one point where you can get just a car, and there's this drug dealer, and you can be like, well, I really need some money, and you can either get him arrested for no kind of reward whatsoever, barely even any paragon, or you can freaking give him or threaten him and have him give you all his money, all of it, and it's a shat ton of money. That's enough to buy a new suit of armor right there.
Yes, please.
And you get a shat ton of renegade, and it's like, what kind of choice is this?
I think they could have done the Paragon and Renegade points better, because you either have to go complete angel or complete douchebag.
Yeah, here's the thing. I would like in Mass Effect 2, I think they did it better. In Mass Effect 3, there's enough opportunities to do it.
Yeah, and they had like the neutral zone too.
The neutral zone is completely pointless though.
Yeah.
There's no kind of reward whatsoever. So here's what I do. In Mass Effect 2, I had a character that had much more Paragon, but had just enough Renegade to get some of the shit done. Mm-hmm. Like, there's this one scene where there's Krogan that will end up fighting you later. However, you can go there's bounty hunters coming after him. You can convince him to go fight the bounty hunters head on and get himself killed. Like, die like a man. Or a Krogan, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you can be like, oh, yeah, let's go in hiding. Even though you're my enemy, technically, and I'm getting paid to do this. Guess what I did? Renegade!
Yeah.
Go kill those fuckers and die like a man. But I don't know. I wish there was like a third choice,
Yeah. Like in the endings, they have the red, blue, and the green. They could have had like middle ground. It's like it doesn't really go either or, but it's not just some neutral choice that doesn't get you anywhere.
Speaking of Mass Effect, you know what was the most annoying part of the three? Like all three games have something horribly annoying about them.
Mineral mining on each planet.
That's number 2. Number 1 wasn't even the mineral mining. It was the goddamn elevators. That was the worst thing about the entire game. The elevators. I hated myself. And like in Mass Effect 3, the fucking ship. It's my own ship,
Oh, there's whenever you go from your mission control to like your
where you can fly the ship.
Yeah, there's a scanner, and it takes freaking forever.
5 minutes, I counted once. Not exaggerating. It just stopped loading. It just stood there. And like they didn't even say anything anymore. They're just like kind of standing there, and Shepard's like, "Yep, I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life."
Yeah.
Reaper's gonna take control of the universe. Cause I gotta stand here and be scanned. That's cool.
It's like, have you ever done one of the side quests in Mass Effect, where it was like,